Hello and welcome along to our next CrowdProperty.com funding opportunity. Today we're going to the Phase 1 launch at the development land at Hulme Road, Leigh near Wigan, WN7 5BT. Now, CrowdProperty is a peer-to-peer lending platform designed to facilitate loans between private individuals and professional property businesses. CrowdProperty is authorised and regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority under permission number 723959. CrowdProperty is not covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. There are risks with any loans you make, and just like all peer-to-peer lending, your capital is at risk. CrowdProperty endeavours to protect all lenders. This is done by registering the legal first charge against the property project. This means that in the very unlikely event a borrower defaults on the loan, CrowdProperty will be able to take ownership of the project and manage it for the lenders. Now, the project director on this project is Colin Gorman. The borrower is a subsidiary of Brand New Living Limited, whose registration number is 11982868, and they're known as Brand New Living Mossley Limited, which has the registration number 1237605. Welcome along, Colin. Tell us a little bit more about you and your background.
Andy, I've been involved in property development now for over 20 years. I've also been involved in construction from I left school at 16, which was some 35 years ago. We've been in the Greater Manchester area now for some 12 years. Greater Manchester offers us fantastic opportunities, not only as a property developer, but for a labour supply and material supply for our developments as a built-in contractor.
And this is going to be your fourth project with CrowdProperty, isn't it? With the other three loans at Cheadle Hulme, that's part complete. Stretford in Manchester is midway through. And you've got Colne in Blackburn, where you're about to commence work on another project, which is separate to this particular one. Let's look at this project. And this is the first phase of a three-phase raise. CrowdProperty has agreed a development loan facility totaling £785,000. That's to develop this site in Leigh, which is near to Wigan in Greater Manchester. This is going to be paying lenders 7.8% per annum interest, and the interest is going to be retained and paid to lenders monthly. Let's start off then, please, Colin. Tell us a little bit more about the local area in Leigh.
Okay, Leigh is in the western side of Greater Manchester. Its main attraction initially would be that it is a conurbation of Manchester itself and has close proximity to Manchester. Leigh in itself has a fairly vibrant economy. About 20% of people that are employed in Leigh come from the business, financial and professional services background, which tells us that there is a well-educated population in the area with upward mobility within society. We also have a large manufacturing industry within the area, which employs some 14,500 people, creating just under 1 billion of a GVA in the local economy. There are several things to do via attractions in Leigh, which means when you finish your work, you have got, the likes of Pennington Flash Country Park or the Sports Village or several other things that you can do in the evening. So it's a lot of entrepreneurship, a fantastic labour market, the skills and education are fantastic, and it ticks the boxes on key economic sectors.
Planning permission was granted by Wigan Metropolitan Borough Council. Their planning reference is A/18/86153/FULL, where permission was granted for the construction of 6 four-bedroom new properties. They're 2-storey houses, including an attic extension with dorm windows to be constructed, and they're going to be built in 2 terraces, each terrace having 3 houses. Construction will be of traditional brickwork under pitched and tile roof, with a new estate road being laid to link the developments onto the Hulme Road. And once the works are completed, the houses will be sold in the open market in order to repay the loan and the interest. This is a maximum loan term of 18 months, ending around about August 2022. This project will be first charge secured, and remember that exit strategy is to sell the houses. Here's the location plan for you. On the left, you can see the CrowdProperty flag pointing to Leigh. You can see where that is in Greater Manchester, just outside of Manchester itself, and between Wigan, Salford and Warrington and Bolton going the other way. On the right hand side, you can see a closer perspective of Leigh and where in Leigh this particular property is. The land is located on the western edge then of Greater Manchester, conurbation in the district of Leigh. Leigh offers local amenities centred on the Spinning Gate Retail Centre and an edge of town retail park known as the Loom. Lots of things going on, as we heard Colin saying earlier, with former wheels fronting the canal being developed into town centre flats. There are several schools nearby. The nearest railway station is in Atherton. That's about 5 miles away, with trains going into Wigan and Manchester. And here are some existing aerial photographs of the site as it currently is, with access then from the highway. You can see the red line pointing to where the plot of land is. And on the right-hand side, you can see access from Hulme Road. So this development then is going to comprise 6 self-contained units in 2 terraces. How did you find this parcel of land?
Yeah, this is one of our target developments. It's in an area where we have high employment, in fact, above average employment for the Greater Manchester area. But because they're 4-bedroom houses, the demographics point towards it being a family area. We then look at the schools in the area. Ofsted have given the schools in this area good and outstanding remarks against them. So we feel that we've got 4-bedroom houses that are targeted at families, and the educational infrastructure in the area points towards a high saleability of our units. We're targeting the young professionals, the entrepreneurs of the area. The pitch of the price of these means that if you are a young couple starting out, say a teacher or a postman, you can afford to get a mortgage for our property. So it is not niche, it is for the general public. But given that the economy in the area and the schools are of such high value, we feel that young families will snap these up.
Here's the proposed site plan. You can see the 2 terraces of 3 properties laid out on that particular drawing. Let's start to look at the layouts and the floor plans, please, Colin, and talk us through what you're going to be doing in these properties, starting off with the ground and first floors.
On the ground floor, the current drawing we have is a lounge, a kitchen, entrance hall. We have applied to the local planner under Section 73 to have the dividing wall between the lounge, dining room and kitchen removed, to put in an RSJ to make that an open plan area. On the first floor, we have the other 3 bedrooms that will cater for young families and our nuclear family of 2.4. On the top floor, we've got the master bedroom with the ensuite bathroom and the walk-in wardrobe to cater for mom and dad for their requirements.
And here are the elevations, and we talked earlier about what you're going to be building it with. Do you see this as a relatively straightforward build?
Yes, Andy, this is very straightforward. This is bread and butter for a company like ours.
Okay, now you've had the independent monitoring surveyor already visit the site, the 22nd of January 2021. What did they find?
Yeah, they found that it was in a good area with some of your larger scale developers, your Barrett Homes, Taylor Wimpey, all selling within 1.5 miles of 2 miles. So they thought that this development fed into the local economy. What you'll find is that we are able to sell our product slightly less than the bigger multinationals because we've got lower overheads. Yeah, the monitoring surveyor, he likes the development, he likes the area. As I say, bread and butter for our company.
And as I said earlier, you've got some other projects on the go as well, including a development at Stretford in Manchester. Talk us through this.
Yeah, this development is for 10 2-bedroom apartments built in 5 blocks. We started this development just when the first lockdown kicked in, which did hamper progress slightly. And given that we've had 3 lockdowns since, we have had great success with this development, selling out all the units and starting to complete sales next month, with the development being fully sales complete by the end of March. within the 12-month period.
And that's a current project you've got on the go. I've also got a couple of case studies I'd like you to talk us through, please, Colin. Let's start off with this one at St. Joseph's Road in Sheffield.
Yeah, this was a 55-unit development of all 2-bedroom apartments. We had a landowner in this development where they couldn't sell the development, so we offered them that we would pay them a deposit up front. They would transfer the land to us, with them retaining the first charge over it. We would sell the units and use the deposits from the sales to develop out the 55 units. We done this. We paid the landowner back 1.1 million with a 10% premium on their asking price, and we made a couple of million quid into the bargain for ourselves.
And the second case study is Cheapside Chambers. This is, by the looks of it, a similar flat conversion.
Yeah, this was a mixture of apartments and a bit of housing on new land. But we bought this building on a staged basis where we developed out several floors at a time, sold all our properties off plan, had everything sold before we actually started the work, and marched down through it and successfully sold the development out, again, making a nice profit for the company.
This is the phase one, which is for £185,000. That's part of the total facility of £785,000. Anticipated 2 further raises over the next 6 months on this particular project. RICS have verified the market value at the start to be £122,000 as a purchase price, and RICS verified the GDV to be £1.35 million, and the estimated construction cost to be £740,000. The day one release is £79,000 gross. Therefore, the initial loan to value is 64.8%. And when you exclude the rolled up interest based on the gross development value, it will be 58.14%. And then the amount owed at the exit based on the gross development value, including rolled up interest, will become 63.4%. The interest on the first phase raise is going to be retained. Lenders will receive monthly payments on this first raise. The maximum loan term is for 18 months. This tranche of the loan is to start on or around the 15th of February 2021, which should coincide with the completion of the legal formalities. The exit strategy, remember, is that once the development is completed, the borrower are going to sell the flats in the open market, and people are going to be paid 7.8% per annum interest on this first phase raise. It's paid monthly. It will be secured with a first charge security against the property as registered with the Land Registry. So your next steps are to make sure that you understand this loan and carry out your own due diligence. Then decide how much you would like to lend. CrowdProperty.com is the place to be to pledge on launch. The necessary anti-money laundering checks will be carried out, and then you'll be invited to send your funds to your own online e-wallet, and you'll start earning interest on completion of the loan agreement. So this is phase one of 3, where we're looking to raise £185,000, please, paying 7.8% per annum interest. For the first phase, that's going to be paid monthly. And this is for the development land at Hulme Road, Leigh, near Wigan, WN7 5BT. Thank you for watching this CrowdProperty.com funding opportunity. We look forward to you joining us back here soon for more funding opportunities at CrowdProperty.com.